Good evening. There's serious momentum for change to the approach to helping domestic violence victims and stopping their offenders. Tonight, survivor Peter Robinson wants you to see her story.
Her abuser set up a series of cameras inside his house to monitor her every move. They also recorded the attacks.
It is confronting, more so than the violence than the streets that's often in the news.
We've carefully edited the next 4 minutes of this bulletin, removing video that's simply too hard to watch, but it'll still be confronting for some viewers. Jeff Parry has this special investigation.
Peter Robinson is a survivor of years of domestic violence, but only just.
Hi.
Thanks for coming.
That's all right.
How are you feeling?
Nervous.
For 8 years, Peter was in a relationship with this man, Adam De Giuseppe. For most of that time, she was his punching bag, up to 3 times a week, but she didn't leave.
I was in love. He was my soulmate, as far as I was aware.
Even after he'd beaten you?
Yeah, I still thought maybe I could change him. He might change.
He didn't, and it got worse. Here, De Giuseppe holds a knife to Peter's face. He constantly threatens and hits her with a baseball bat adorned with Nazi symbols. He knocks Peter unconscious by banging her head against the floor and punching her. He threatens to kill her and her kids.
You die now. You're going to die now.
That broke me because he knows how much my kids mean to me.
And what did he want?
To look in my phone to see who I was talking to.
This attack only stopped when De Giuseppe slashed Peter's wrist with a knife, and then the tears came from him.
I love you, Peter. I love you.
On another occasion, De Giuseppe took Peter into the bush and threatened to kill her.
At knife point, made me dig my own grave.
He made you dig your own grave?
The knife was massive and it was just at my stomach, and he was trying to get me to admit something that I didn't do.
Another time, he doused her with petrol and threatened to burn her to death. He's also tied her to a bed and bashed her with a bat.
I could feel my nose, I just felt the blood come rushing out. And then he was just kicking, and because I was tied up.
The camera system that Adam De Giuseppe installed all over his house to keep track of Peter is what got him convicted. He's in jail on drugs and gun charges. He'll be sentenced for his violent attacks on Peter in November. Like many women, Peter didn't want to testify against her ex-partner, who she still fears.
I felt very bullied, to be honest. I just had these police officers come to my house saying that I've got to go this, I've got to do that. And I'm like, what's going on? Didn't have 5 minutes to sit down and properly explain it to me.
And she says police made promises to protect her and relocate her and her kids that they haven't delivered on. Greg Robinson keeps a protective watch over his daughter.
I'm a bit disappointed, yeah. She needs protection. She needs to be put up in Perth like she becomes a needle in a haystack, a big haystack.
And that was offered at one stage, wasn't it?
It was, yeah. It was offered, but
you haven't seen that now?
I haven't seen that, no.
Adam De Giuseppe is behind bars here at Casuarina Prison. And despite a lifelong violence restraining order against him, he still reaches out to Peter. He sends letters, tries to phone her, leaves messages. He's even arranged for the wives of other prisoners to check on her. Peter says she will never feel safe.
I feel like I can't see anybody. I can't stay anywhere because I just would have put me in danger. The police said, go to a shelter. I'm like, are you serious? Like, that's like handing me on a silver platter.
And she has this message.
All the other women that I know that are out there that are in my position, I know what they're feeling. I know, 100%. And they're getting portrayed to be things they're not, people they're not, all the rest of it. And it is hell. It is absolute hell, living hell. And it needs to stop.
Jeff Parry, 7 News.
A very brave woman there speaking to Jeff Parry.
If you've